finish this first half up until the All-Star break with a better start. Now, look at the year, 4.72 ERA, 111 strikeouts to 40 walks. And like I said, he threw strikes last time, just not quality strikes. Fastball, curve, change. Threw a lot of changes his last start, slider and cutter as the other pitches.
Okay, well, big start for him today and big game for both these teams as we take a look at the Trajan Wealth lineup for the Astros. 47 wins, 50 losses. They are 2 back in the division, trailing these Texas Rangers. It'll be Pena at short, Alvarez DHing, Itzhak Paredes at third. Walker, Altuve, and Cam Smith in the middle of the lineup. Lamont Wade Jr., big day yesterday. He's in left. Matthews in center. Christian Vasquez will do the catching and bat ninth.
I feel like I'm getting used to saying these guys in the field all the time now. It's Langford, Carter, and Nimmo in the outfield. In the infield, left to right, is Young, Duran, Lopez, and Berger. And the only one that switches here and there is the catching spot. Kyle Higashioka catching this afternoon.
Okay, so we are set to go this afternoon. Finale before the All-Star break. Fairly important ball game for both teams. I mean, they all are when everybody's hovering right around the same record for most of the year. Rangers a game over 500. The Astros 3 games under 500. And here we go. First pitch fouled back by Jeremy Pena. For 95 with that first fastball.
Thought you might be giving me the temperature for a second.
Oh, no. 94 outside at the moment. 74 inside. Thanks for the programming reminder. The 1-strike pitch fouled over to the right side. It's 0-2. Pena, 6 homers, 21 RBIs. Back off the injured list for this series. And that's a big deal for Houston, too. A guy who really obviously anchors the lineup out of that leadoff spot, and the defense at shortstop. Pretty important guy. The 0-2 fouled back again. 95. That's the velocity of the fastball, not the temperature outside. Probably get a little warmer though this afternoon. Once we get to the late afternoon, it seems like we don't get to the high temperature these days around here until, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock. On the ground, third base. Young is there. Long throw in time. And Pena turned back. Good start to this first inning for Mackenzie Gore.
Nice job by Gore coming out and pounding the strike zone and throwing quality strikes. Here's that fastball in. A little bit of a cut, and that bat is done.
I'll tell you who's ready for the All-Star break. Bat manufacturers. The last 2 weeks, we've just seen nothing but bad wood. I mean, maybe it's just good pitching as Alvarez takes inside, ball 1. Yordan Alvarez. You see his season numbers, kind of ridiculous. You see his numbers here, more ridiculous. That's a strike. 1-1. 10 hits and 22 at bats in this ballpark. 7 of the 10 hits have gone to the other side of the fence.
It's like high school numbers.
I mean, it is. It's really not even, right? Those would be absurd high school numbers. Because we're talking 6 games. He's got 7 home runs. And an OPS over 1,400 in this ballpark. So when we say in the broadcast that he's the guy you can't let beat you, it's because oftentimes he's the guy who beat you. And he takes a breaking ball there. The curveball for a strike, 2-2.
Great curveball. If he can throw that pitch in that location against Alvarez every time, Alvarez might get a base hit. I won't put it past him on that, but I don't think he can take that ball out of the ballpark.
2-2. And that one's lifted down the left side, foul. It's really interesting. That was a great shot that we had of Alvarez's face after that pitch. I saw him kind of cock his head a little bit and his eyes searching. Yeah, that's so great because this guy, you look at him, he's an imposing sight there physically at the plate. Probably the smartest hitter going. And he takes narrowly above the strike zone there.
Did that catch it?
It looked very close to me. 3-2. The payoff. And that's on the ground and threw into left field, a base hit. Alvarez with yet another hit. A 7-pitch at bat results in an opposite field single. And again, you almost celebrate those.
I do. Right here, that's not a bad pitch. He's trying to get inside. He does. But Alvarez hits the inside part of the baseball and hits it just hard enough to get it past Josh Young in that shortstop position.
Might have been the hardest pitch that Gore has thrown yet, too. That one was at 97. And could be that little extra helped it be just a smidge late, as this one's fouled off by Paredes. 12 homers this year for the Astros third baseman, 47 RBIs. And off to a really nice start in the month of July. It's a little bit high. 1-1. So Mackenzie Gore, 27 years old, making a start on 3 days rest. First time in his career that he has started on short rest, and it was his idea. Strike 2 on Paredes. And I thought the point you made earlier was a pretty good one. Number one, you know, look, you love a guy who wants to go out there and compete. The Rangers are in a situation they needed help, and he was the most likely candidate to step in there. But your point too, that last start he had, not the one he wants to sit on for the All-Star break. So he gives himself a chance here to go into the break with something a little more positive.
Yeah, he's probably like, I want to fix it and fix it now, and I'm healthy enough to do it. The Rangers need a guy who can pitch, whether it's 2 innings today or 4 innings, whatever it might be. I can do it, and I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of myself for the team.
It's low. Ball 2 to Paredes. Well, definitely needed. And again, how far is he going to go in today's game? Skip Schumacher pretty coy about that before the game. My guess is it won't be real deep. 2-2. That's high. Full count.
Well, I'm about 95% sure that Yordan Alvarez is not running on this.
But 95, that's as hard.
I'll give him a 5% chance, but he has a 1-foot lead.
He's not running. Paredes pulls it in the air out to left field, and Langford measures it nicely in front of the warning track to make the catch. 2 away. Fairly routine fly ball, but it's kind of hard to say when with Paredes, when he lifts one to left field, usually you kind of hold your breath because that's his honey hole, right?
I was talking to Pipe, Rangers bench coach. He's like, ball's been carrying quite a bit on this homestand. Yeah,
agreed. That's low. Curveball for ball 1 to Walker. Yeah, you know, we've seen it for a little better than a month now, I think, all around baseball. But on this homestand, it's been pretty obvious, the difference. Walker takes in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Christian Walker, the average at 239 now. 20 home runs, 58 RBIs. Well, how significant is it, Mike, that this is the 20th pitch of the inning for Gore? I think Walker went there. No appeal.
It's very, I would, look, you have not only the rest of this season, but you have, you know, Gore under contract with the Rangers. This is great. He's starting for you, but man, if he gets to pitch 25 and he's not out of this inning, I have to get somebody going in the pen.
This is with ball 4 to Walker. So a 2-out walk. Astros have a couple of base runners now. Sunday morning greeting for a fella. Jose Altuve, no grace extended. Almost a decade of that now for Altuve. 5th place hitter, and he'll take one a little high.
In a way, it has to kind of fire you up that every at bat you've had, like you said, for almost a decade, it's almost like, oh, if you kind of have, you know, you're low on energy, he never can be, because the whole crowd is either cheering or booing him every time he steps to the plate.
That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Yeah, I would think it would kind of fire you up every time. Dial you in a little bit.
Whether you're up 10-0, losing 10-0, you are getting a reaction every time you step into the box.
Does have 10 home runs this year. And a pretty big cut at that one. Altuve, by the way, we talked about this the other day. Yordan Alvarez says that this ballpark, he just sees it better. The batter's eye just works for him, and the numbers certainly prove that out. Altuve says the same thing. He just feels really comfy in the box here. 2-2, and that he picks the ball up really well. And I was saying the other day, you know, you just don't know. The batter's eye is different in every ballpark, and the Rangers' batter's eye here is mostly that green wall, but there's that stripe of black tinted windows. Maybe that's where, you know, Altuve sees the ball coming out of the hand, is in front of those black windows. Maybe that's where Yordan Alvarez, who knows? But for whatever reason, it fits both of them quite well.
This is worrisome. The pitch count at 26 already on short rest.
4th straight 3-ball count too for McKenzie, so laboring a little. Big 3-2 pitch. Oh, that's fouled back. Well, he's got 2 outs. And already working up a pretty good lather. Look at his hat. I mean, first inning, and he's losing fluids pretty quickly already. 3-2. Runners go, and a swing and a miss. Altuve strikes out, and Gore guts his way to the finish line in the first. Scoreless first inning for Mackenzie Gore, pitching on 3 days rest. Stepping up for his club this afternoon.
If they can score some runs here and get off to an early lead. Here's Dave Raymond.
Well, you're not going to do the lineup?
You want me to? I'll do the Treading Wealth lineup for you. It's Jock Peterson leading off, Wyatt Langford, Josh Young, second and third. Then you have Nimmo, Berger, and Duran, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And at the bottom of the lineup, Carter, Lopez, and Higashioka.
All right, well, they're going to see El Raptil. Christian Javier. Now, it's his first start since coming off the injured list. His last rehab start on his way back, he threw 85 pitches, but he's thrown a relief twice, both times in that 30-pitch range. You see heavy four-seamer, usually at the top of the zone, like that sweeper, the changeup. A couple times you'll see that sinker, maybe the curveball today, but he likes to do his work right at the top of the zone with a fastball. And here's Mike Bassick with a play-by-play.
Jock going with the pink today.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Turned in the green today. Goes for the pink extras, accessories, as he takes strike one. And definitely charged those up overnight. Plugged them in. And they are radiating energy. On strike pitch. Man, there's Javier way up with that one. 92 miles per hour. Now, if you remember seeing Javier in years past, as I mentioned with that fastball he likes up at the top of the zone, he's been, 96-ish in the past. But the velocity a little more elusive now. He doesn't quite have that same hop on the fastball. And so, in fact, he's yielding an average better than 400 against that fastball, which is his main pitch. 2-2 on Peterson. So I think, to me, that's going to be what's interesting to watch today. Can the Rangers dial in on that fastball? Look at that, 429 batting average against.
Last year it was 255.
2-2, and it's fouled off by Jock. A little late.
Might have been infinity in Game 7 of the 2023 ALCS.
Yeah. CS. What a great run that was. The 2-2 pitch, and that is outside. Full count. So reinstated off that 60-day injured list on July 3rd. He missed 76 games. He had a right shoulder strain. Those could be tricky. Seventh pitch of the at-bat, and Peterson right underneath it pops that one up into the stands. Stays 3-2.
Well, after the long inning from Gore, Peterson now having a long at bat here.
Well, both teams strapped for pitching today. It might be just who can outlast the other. There's a swing and a miss, and Peterson strikes out swinging one away.
Well, he goes with the changeup. Peterson out in front, over the top. Good pitch. Jock afterwards asking if it was a strike, if he wouldn't have swung at it. I'm pretty sure it was.
I agree. Here's Wyatt Langford now. And Javier gets a call on the inside corner, strike one. Wyatt at 277, 9 homers, 22 RBIs, a little 7-game hitting streak going back to before his stint on the injured list. He lifts this into center. Hangs up a while there from Matthews, comes in 2 steps and makes the catch. Bring up Josh Young. Well, Young won last game here to put the finishing touches on a tremendous first half. 294 batting average with 9 home runs in the first half. 23 doubles. And he'll take a breaking ball, strike one. Young has definitely found a kind of a comfort zone for himself at the plate. Lifts this out to center field. That's carrying well. Back near the wall, and that is dropped in and out of the glove of Matthews. Young heading for third. He's in there. How about that one? A home run for a moment. Then it looked like it was caught. Matthews, as he came down, lost it, and now appears to be in some pain.
You know, let's see if he saves a home run here. Maybe. Boy, if he's hurt, he got up, he got to that ball quickly. Probably not a home run. But boy, for him being shook up, he got back to that ball and got it in as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's so close. I'd be fascinated to know, had he not gotten a glove on it, what would have happened? It might have hit the very top of the fence and bounced over. I don't know.
Maybe so. And give Josh Young a lot of credit. He was running hard. Yeah. He's not a fast runner, so for him to get a triple, he has to run hard out of the box. He was running hard the whole time.
Well, they continue to take a look at Matthews out there. Really well timed, just beautifully done job with the wall. And then as he came down, oh yeah, he kind of looks like maybe he landed on the side of his left foot.
Okay. Yeah.
Rolled the ankle under.
Okay.
Still managed to scramble after it. Joe Espada And their athletic trainer out there to talk it over. Everybody's going to be okay. So a triple for Young. All his extra base hits in the first half. That is his first triple. It's just the 5th time in his career that he's tripled. Spada, a long run to get back into the dugout.
Good news, he's getting his cardio in today.
Well, these day games can get on you quickly. Might not have had time to do all that this morning. So happy for him. Matthews okay. We're happy for that as well. Well, now a man at third with 2 outs. Brandon Nimmo a chance to get that first run to the plate today. Boy, would that be a lift for this Rangers team. Well, that triple and that injury moment there bought a little time for Gore, by the way, after a long top of the first. Ball 1 now to Nimmo. Good crowd on hand here on a Sunday afternoon. 1-0. And that's bounced right side. Sunday hop for Altuve. Goes out Nimmo. And the inning is done. Young's triple is for 9. We go to the 2nd inning this afternoon. No score.
And pitch are excited about how hard he can throw it. If he makes his debut today, guys, we're going to get to see that firsthand, depending on his bullpen situation.
Yep, and the bullpen situation, of course, will be a function of what happens with Mackenzie Gore. Busy first inning for Mackenzie. 28 pitches in that first, so he could use a little quicker 2nd inning as he gets strike 1 on Cam Smith. Lefty got a nice breather there, though. And he pumps one in. It's 0-2 on Smith.
He looks normal, by the way. Like Gore, watching, he threw 28 pitches. He looks pretty much like he's looked all year. I don't see anything different so far from this start.
Curveball bites a little too hard that time in the dirt. 1-2. Yeah, great. Looks like the fastball's pretty crisp. Breaking ball looks pretty good.
Just as you said going into this one, just needs to have a quicker 2nd inning here. A lot of energy in that first inning.
1-2. And Smith gets underneath it. A pop up out into short right field. Coming on hard for it. Oh boy. Nimmo makes the catch. Somehow avoids Jake Berger.
That got scary at the end.
That was not good.
There was going to be a major collision. Berger's going as hard as he can. Nimmo's going as hard as he can. And luckily, the last second, Berger gets out of the way. See Nimmo calling it on his last few strides. And that gave Berger just enough time to get out of the way.
Lamont Wade Jr. Grand slam yesterday. 2 balls and no strikes. Grand slam, 1 of 2 homers that he has hit this year. And that one is in there for a strike. Now it looks like we saw that great attempt at a catch last half inning by Bryce Matthews, and then came up a little slowly out there. He appears to be done as Taylor Trammell has come out into the on-deck circle. Obviously, well, good for Matthews.
Yeah, just got in some defensive work. Made a nice play off the net there.
Oh, Trammell did?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Good job playing off the net. Yeah. Gotta get ready. 2-2. Another 3-ball count. Gore's having a tough time finishing off these at-bats. He'll get ahead as he did in this one. 0-2. But the next thing you know, it's a full count. 3-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 called right at the bottom of the zone. Lamont Wade Jr. strikes out looking.
Well, really nice pitch here that catches the bottom of the zone. Higgy frames it up. Adrian Johnson punches him out. Wade Jr. thought for 1 second about challenging, but decided not to.
So Matthews out of the game now with this pinch hit appearance here by Taylor Trammell. The left on left advantage for Gore as that one is fouled away. Strike one. Been a little bit of a struggle recently for Trammell. Not having a great year overall. Just at .234, but 3 hits in his last 29 at bats. He's not going into the All-Star break with a hot bat. Bouncer down to first, and a nice play by Berger. Returned quickly by Gore. A little razzle-dazzle there at the end, just for fun. An 11-pitch second inning. Gore needed a quicker second, and he got it. He played an inning and a half, no score.
Rangers would find their way into the World Series about 3 hours later.
Wow, that was pretty amazing. Golly. That ALCS road team won every game as Javier goes to work on Jake Berger. Strike one.
I'll always remember being here with my son game 5 and the Astros come back and win it, and it's one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my life in person. And I just felt like after that one, well, hey, what a great run, probably just not meant to be. The Astros are maybe just a little better, unfortunately, and they have the experience in the playoffs. And then game 6 and game 7 in Houston. Whew.
Felt like a big step forward at that point of the year, but destined for a little disappointment.
Yeah, I was having to console my son after game 5, and then we're jumping up and down for about 3 months straight.
Very high. 1 and 2 here to Berger. Yeah, it would be a little more than a week later. We're on a float. making the tour and the parade. What a thrill. What a run. 1-2 pitch. And Berger strikes out swinging. Second strikeout for Christian Javier. All right, take a look at our Ford leaderboard as Ezekiel Duran comes to the plate here. Since June 18th, a lot of the Rangers' run scoring has come from slug. Home runs, 36 of them. Only the Nationals have hit more. Duran's been on an unusual tear. A couple of homers yesterday, and he takes a breaking ball up above the zone here for ball 1. 10 home runs for Ezekiel Duran. He has more homers than Josh Young or Wyatt Langford. More home runs than Nimmo. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1. I'll have to say nothing of the .272 average, which in today's game, that's like hitting .350. 1-2 the count.
Would you give him the MVP for position players for the first half of the season for the Rangers?
Well, I think I would. Yeah, I think I would give him. And I'll tell you, the other guy who'd be really close for me is Jock Peterson.
Okay.
As Jock's bat has been of incredible importance for this team. And that's a little rude because you'd be overlooking Jake Berger, who's also had a really nice first half. But I think, to your point, though, if you're talking about MVP, Duran has had to plug so many holes, right? I mean, every time there's an injury here or a shortcoming there, and you've got to figure out some way to cover it up. Well, your solution tends to be Ezekiel Duran. And it's not that he's allowed you to go, you know, work through a shortcoming with no real fall off. He's excelled, right? I mean, you slide him in and he just takes off. That one is line foul. So yeah, what about you? Is he your MVP?
I think you named the 3 guys to choose from. I think you did a great job there of who to choose from. I'll give Zeke the honor over, for me, Jake Berger, because of the defense.
3-2 from Javier, and that's high, ball 4. Rangers get their first walk of the day, and it could be a day where Javier offers more than a few of those. Command has been a little bit of an issue for him. Man on, and Evan Carter comes to the plate. Yeah, it's not just that he plays premium spots like shortstop, Duran, but he plays them really well. Well, Carter hits one hard out to center field. Trammell on his horse, but he can't get to that one. It bounces up over the wall and into the bullpen with the automatic double. And while that's exciting and fun, my boys trailed off because it cost the Rangers a run.
Well, great job by Carter. 4-seam fastball, belt high. Crushes this one, 102, and unfortunately, it just gets over by a few inches. If that hits the wall and stays in play, I think Zeke has a great chance of being sent.
Oh, I agree. I don't think there's any question. Zeke probably scores on that play if it hits that top of the wall. Instead, second and third, one out for Nicky Lopez. Corners in a little bit. Lopez takes outside, throw down to third base. Duran back in there. So Christian Vasquez feeling a little froggy back there.
Boy, that's a good way to shut down a secondary lead. Great job by Zeke. Watch him get into fair territory. Trying to make it a little bit tougher throw. And by the way, Nicky Lopez, team player. Watch him hit a ground ball up the middle here.
Yeah, that's where they're deep. And that one is lined out to right field. Drops in, base hit. Duran scores. Carter gets to third. Nicky Lopez drives in the first run of the ball game. Rangers up 1-0.
Watch Nicky Lopez hit a line drive into right field. Change up, down, stays back enough, catches it near the end of the bat. It falls in front of Smith. The Rangers get that first run on the board. See if they can add a little bit more. There's best friends forever.
Well, here's Higashioka, and he shows bunt and drops it foul, first base side. When you're hot, you're hot. You need your teammate to help cool you off a little bit there. Don't you want to cool him off, though? Now, big number, 36-11, the Rangers, when they score that first run of the game. They've got it today. Higgy hoping to add to it, and they'll toss over there to first to chase Lopez back.
Sometimes on that, not only are you trying to hold the runner a little bit closer, but on that move, you're seeing if Higashioka moved his top hand up to maybe bunt again.
He is trying to bunt and fouls that one off.
These have both been safety squeezes. Carter has not been breaking the home on the pitch. Carter holding his position, and Higgy probably frustrated. He bunted at a ball there. It's definitely on a squeeze, you have to bunt at it no matter what, but safety squeeze, you can pull it back and take.
2-strike offering, and Javier off the plate. Carter at 30 has good speed. Lopez running from first, and that's foul back. All right, you can see Christian Javier has been concerned about Nicky Lopez at first base, and rightfully so. Rangers aren't looking to get him out there to second.
Well, Javier's going for a strikeout here, but if you can get a good jump and it is a ball, you do avoid the double play. Higgy doesn't run well down to first.
Lopez leaning again. And he'll draw a second throw. So no more disengagements now for Christian Javier. Travis Jankowski. Little audio reminder of whatever the signs are, play might be. There we go. 1-2 pitch, foul back again. Looks like a pretty good jump that time too.
I wonder at what point do you get a little bit tired in stealing and have to almost take a break? Like I don't have right now, maybe I haven't caught my breath.
Yeah, there's definitely has to be a limit. I don't think we're there yet with Nicky. Carter again, the runner at third base. Maybe a bigger lead for Lopez. He's going again. And there's a swing and another foul ball. At this point,
we're going to find out, aren't we?
At this point, you're going back to first base. You're like, Higgy, I mean, really? Come on, man.
That's 3, right?
Yes.
So he's sprinted about 75 feet 3 times now.
I mean, it's a legitimate workout. The little speed workout you sometimes might do. Going again, and that's fouled off.
All right, that's 4.
Holy mackerel. Higgy 219 average, 6 homers. Rangers have already fouled off 10 pitches against Javier. Not going this time, and a swing and a miss. So Higgy strikes out, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Javier, you can see he's working up a pretty good sweat himself. He's thrown some 22 pitches this inning. But now Jock Peterson comes to the plate. 2 men on, 2 out. We talk about this quite a bit. You just want to get your top guys in the lineup up with men on base. And Jock comes up empty on strike 1. Javier pulled the string on him.
He struck him out on that same pitch, that first at bat, so went back to it. You know, Javier, you talked about, he likes throwing that fastball up at the top of the zone or above the zone. But right now, as a pitcher, you have to feel really confident that that's your pitch, that one you got ahead and then one you can put him away with.
Jock hits that ball hard out to right center field. How well will that carry? It is caught. Was that caught? No, it's loose. 2 runs are in. And now Trammell is down. Man, did he go hard into that wall. And I think he's signaling to everybody back in the dugout, I'm all right, but very nearly took 2 runs off the board.
Man, he goes after this hard. This is a great effort. I couldn't tell there if it hit his glove or not. Let's see. No, he just missed it. He had to slide there.
I mean, that just, he's half a stride, not even half a stride away from making that catch.
And if he runs through it, he might have a better chance of catching it, but he has a much better chance of hurting himself too.
2-run score on the double by Peterson. 25 pitches. And a long inning for Christian Javier. The Rangers have a 3-0 lead. What I couldn't see live was it looked like the ball was going right at his glove, which clearly was. But then when it bounced right through all that white lettering. This one swung on and driven. High in the air, deep out to right. That one has a chance near the wall. It's caught by Smith. Boy, the Rangers came so close so many times, but what an inning. Starts with the extra base hits. Carter drives in a run. Lopez brings in the run with a base hit. Jock Peterson with the double to center field. It's a 3-run. Works with a lead now. He'll face the 9th place hitter, Christian Vasquez. And a pitch to him right in there for a strike. Vasquez then back up for Jeremy Pena and Yordan Alvarez.
Yesterday, Dave, I said Christian Vasquez looks like a little bit like Alejandro Kirk up at the plate. So I looked up their height and weight. Both of them are 5'8". It says Kirk is 40 pounds heavier than Vasquez.
Kind of depends maybe when you catch him. There's this line drive to second base. Lopez makes the grab one away. That may well have been the case at some point. While we contemplate that, let's slide over for Baylor Scott and White Health.
Oh.
Jeremy Pena grounded out in the first inning. Watches ball 1. Well, Gore had that lengthy first inning, 28 pitches. Managed to get out of it with no damage done. Pena chops one shortstop, and Duran can throw him out. 2 away. He needed 11 pitches last inning. Maybe get himself back on track. And now 2 quick outs in the 3rd. So that, we just don't know. Skip Schumacher was not real interested in giving away his detailed plan today for pitching. So it's not clear how far they want to push Gore, but a couple of efficient innings could go a long, long way today. Alvarez moves out of the way of ball 1.
I wonder how much that, yes, there's a plan from Skip Schumacher, but they just keep checking in with Gore after every inning when he comes in.
Yeah.
Be honest with me. How are you doing?
Alvarez fouls that one back.
I have noticed as Alvarez, this series has gotten to a 3rd game, even yesterday after he hit one to center field. They've told the catchers for the Rangers, hey, let's just try to get most of your body off of the plate. Maybe that's just on the fastballs, but I've noticed that Higgy and Diaz have both been setting up, especially away. If they want something away, they've made sure to get a lot of their body off of the plate.
You're trying not to challenge Alvarez right over the plate these days. He lifts this one left side. Long run for Langford, and he gets to it to make the catch. So for indeed another quick inning. 8 pitches and a 1-2-3 third. The left hand.
Baylor Scott and White Health game diagnosis in the 2nd inning with 1 out. Zeke draws the walk. Evan Carter hits the ground rule double. Then Nicky Lopez with the RBI base hit into right field. And to end things, Jock Peterson with the 2-run double to give the Rangers 3 runs in the 2nd inning.
Well, then you get the really quick shutdown inning from Gore. It'll be interesting to see how Javier responds here. I mean, he hardly had a moment to catch his breath. An 8-pitch inning for McKenzie. And he just said something to Jordan Teagues to make him laugh. So, beyond pitching a nice game, he's got the funnies going. 1-1 on Young, who tripled in the 1st inning. That ends up being a pretty big play. He got the triple, and on the play, Bryce Matthews shortly thereafter ended up leaving the game. It looked like he injured himself probably. It looked like a mild injury, but an injury nonetheless, and he's done for the day.
Well, and they might also be looking at it, hey, let's make sure to be careful. And also, Gore is probably not going to pitch deep into this game, so there's a good chance that Trammell faces a righty his next time.
Young waiting on a 2-2. And that's downstairs. So, I mentioned earlier that maybe the command for Christian Javier not where it has been in the past. 12 walks this year and 12 and a third innings pitched coming in. Certainly an indication that nowhere near as sharp as he had been in past years. 3-2. And that's pulled foul. I mean, Javier, he had that injury this year to the shoulder. Last year was the year in which he returned from Tommy John surgery and made 8 starts. So, I mean, really, his workload has been truncated dramatically the last 2 years. 3-2 pitch, and that misses, ball 4. So another walk. This time a leadoff walk.
Good at bat from Josh Young, fouling off the inside breaking ball and then taking right below the zone. Yeah, boy, you look at Javier in 22 and 23, and he's maybe not an ace, but a really good number 2 starting pitcher in anybody's rotation. And from there, injuries have really hampered his progress.
I mentioned earlier too his 2 appearances since coming back off the IL have been in relief. This one lined out to left. Catch made by Wade out there. Nimmo is retired. And those 2 outings did not go real long in terms of pitches thrown. 39 pitches against Tampa, 30 pitches against Washington. And so now, you know, he's closing in on 50 pitches. The last time he threw anywhere near that many pitches in a big league game was on April 3rd in Sacramento. So they're going to be on high alert in that dugout with regard to pitch count and stressful pitches for Javier. He struck out Berger the first time. Now checks in on Young.
We were talking before this game because of the All-Star break, and we have not seen Hader or Abreu, their late inning guys in this series. We assume that they will both get an inning of work today.
Yeah, you would think you would want to get them with that, just those reps before they take 4 days off. It's an all hands on deck kind of day for both teams. 1-0. Berger swings right through it.
We're hoping that obviously the Astros only have to worry about pitching 8 innings today.
Don't need to tax them any more than necessary. Young at first, and Berger fouls off another. It's strike 2. A fastball for Javier. That's the thing to me. Seen it at 93 today. Largely it's been at 92. You're talking about a shoulder injury this year that caused him to miss just about 80 games. Shoulder strains and shoulder injuries, I've always heard, a little dicey for pitchers. Not always, but oftentimes a little bit mysterious.
It's the one that I think if you talk to a lot of surgeons and therapists, that you'd rather have the elbow bug you than the shoulder, because they still haven't been able to truly figure out the shoulder when it starts going on you.
The sweeper gets Jake Berger 2 away with that strikeout.
Well, he gets a chase here as that ball starts off on the plate and dives down and away off the zone. Out of the zone.
4th strikeout for Javier, and now here is Ezekiel Duran. Well, he got the fun started last inning with a walk. And he'll bend back out of the way. Maybe the best fastball yet from Javier, at least in terms of velocity. And Zeke holds off.
Is that the difference between 2025 Zeke and 2026 Zeke? 1-0 fastball on the plate, about 4 inches above the zone, and he lays off.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I mean, hardly even, he did flinch at that one, but hardly even flinches at those this year. 2-0, and that's a strike.
That's also a great take there, and you're saying why? It was a strike, but on 2-0, that's not a pitch you want to swing at right there. You're looking for something that you can hit for extra bases.
Check in with Young.
Is it amazing that most guys now, they don't pick on their own timing, they pick on the catcher's timing?
I mean, it's all, yeah, it's how formulaic everything has become and how scripted.
Javier moving the glove means now you pick.
2-1. That'll square the count.
Sorry if I said Javier Vasquez. The catcher.
Interesting if Javier dropped his glove and then threw over to first. 2-2. Yeah, that's up and in. Done that a couple of times now with Zeke. Very patient at bat. Christian Javier closing in on 60 pitches. And he's had a number of these long confrontations. His 5th 3-ball count here today. He's walked a couple. Young will be on the move. The payoff. Outside ball 4. Second walk in the inning. And second time that Duran has walked today.
2 homers yesterday, 2 walks today.
I mean, it was kind of stop down stuff when Duran would walk 2 times in a game. Heck, 2 times in a series. We might do research on that to try and find out when the last time that sort of thing happened and all. But this year, that walk rate way up for Zeke. And a little visit for Christian Javier. 2 on the board for Evan Carter. Had that double last time up. Good activity now in that Houston bullpen. Carter takes right on the outside corner. Strike 1. Daniel De Los Santos starting to throw out there. Carter rips this one down to first. Walker to a knee. And he'll go to the bag himself. The inning is done. Rangers got a couple of walks. Can't do much with them. We are through 3 innings this afternoon. Rangers on top 3-0.
48 for the game and 3 zeros on the board.
And that's the big number. The other one, it's of note, is that last inning, the last out he got was Jordan Alvarez. So Alvarez remains 8 hitters away. Itzhak Paredes will be the first. Then Walker and Altuve. Gore puts one right at the top of the strike zone there. Strike 1. Last time the Rangers had a starter work on 3 days rest was a while ago. That one is pulled foul. He was the Rangers pitcher of the year in that World Series season of 2023.
So Nathan Eovaldi?
It's a fun trivia question. I should have asked Jared this one. Dane Dunning.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Dane Dunning won pitcher of the year that year. And that start was on October 1st at Seattle. Remember, that was the last day of the season in The Rangers had clinched a playoff spot the day before. Dunning went on short rest, 3 days rest on that final day of the season. A game the Rangers lost to the Mariners 1-0. And that one is high. And with that loss, it meant that the Houston Astros were the division winners. All sorts of nonsense about who celebrated more. 2-2. That one runs tight. Full count now on Paredes. Rangers would then have to make that long flight all the way to Tampa.
And never lose on the road again.
11-0 on the road from that point forward. Foul away. Good battle here by Paredes.
What would have happened if the Rangers would have won that game on October 1st?
Everything changes, right? You never know.
We'll never know.
There you go. Here's a swing and a miss, and Paredes strikes out. One away in the 4th inning. I see what you did there, Mike.
Thank you. You said it and didn't even know you said it.
Oh, that's great.
Four-seam fastball and thrown right by Paredes. As the Alex Bregman, Corey Seager battle of we'll never know.
You dragged me into the punchline. I didn't even know I did it. That is the genius of Mike Bassett.
Thank you. There's very few things I do intentionally that work out well.
Well, Gore has retired 8 in a row. Works to Walker. Walker was the last man to reach against him. Walker, you'll never believe how he got on in the 1st inning.
Walker.
Walked. That's right. Which kind of feel like was being communicated to you somehow or another in the name itself. One. You suppose when he was a kid and he took a couple of pitches and little Johnny was out there sweating. His mom and teammates went, this guy doesn't want to hit. He's up there to walk. He's literally, his name is Walker.
The Walker.
I love that yelling kids. The old sideways yelling at the other kid to swing the bat. 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Whoa, he got in his head. He strikes out swinging. 2 gone.
Nicely executed changeup here, 88 miles an hour. Gore right now is in a nice groove.
So 9 in a row. 4 of the 9 have struck out, and now Altuve swings wildly at strike 1. Altuve, look, I mean, he's a fantastic hitter, and you look at his career numbers, and they speak volumes for what is one day going to be regarded as a Hall of Fame career. Gore bounces that one wildly past the plate, but there are days where Altuve just seems undisciplined and wild up there.
Well, he was disciplined enough not to swing at a ball that hit the grass first.
Well, that's true. I'll give him credit for that.
Oh, it got to the dirt. Okay.
No, I don't think it did. I think those are tough when they skid off the grass like that. That's low and in. Another curveball from Gore. 2-1 the count. But Altuve can do that, right? He can go on these little stretches where he is just up there to wildly hack at balls.
Last name should be Hacker.
2-1 pitch. Takes a good swing here. That's carrying well. It's gone. And that's part of the reason why he trusts that swing. And that solo home run gets Houston on the board. It's 3-1.
Four-seam, unfortunately, right down the middle. You can see Higashioka's glove reaching back to the middle. And Altuve still has quick hands. He can pull the ball out of any park.
Next pitch very high to Cam Smith. 39th career home run for Altuve against the Rangers. This ball hit sharply down to third. Diving stop. Young. Long throw. In time. And they got him. What a play by Josh Young at the hot corner.
Josh Young with a great diving play. Backhand gets up in a hurry and throws a perfect strike to Jake Berger to end the 4th inning. Rangers up 3-1.
Let's take a look at StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Here is a look at Nicky Lopez's spray chart since joining the Texas Rangers. You know, since 527 when he joined the club, his .324 batting average is 6th in the American League. After the series opening win against the Astros on Friday night, Skip Schumacher, unsolicited, said that Nicky Lopez has changed the vibe in the clubhouse since joining. He said the energy that he's brought to this dugout, whether that's getting guys on himself or cheering guys on, has just brought this different vibe. And right on cue when he was talking about him, Nicky walks out of the clubhouse into the dugout. He's singing, screams somewhere that I couldn't figure out what it was. I guess he was screaming cauliflower, and then starts strutting along, and it was just the most appropriate Nicky Lopez on display that I guess it was one of those instances where it's like a picture's worth 1,000 words. Skip didn't have to say anymore. Nicky was just doing exactly what Skip was trying to describe.
He's a guy you just want to be around. He's going to make you feel good.
Yeah. Takes a high strike, 1-2. Yeah, he was apparently jogging out to the field, do a little pregame work, and he ran past Cam Cauley because we hear him kind of sing, yelling, "Cauley, cauliflower," and right as he pops up out of the top step of the dugout, Skip just stopped what he was saying. Presented Exhibit A. That's what I'm talking about right there. Nicky Lopez. Just oblivious to anything else going on around him, and good spirits and singing at his teammates. 2-2. That's a full count. Now, the way he's living right now, it's no surprise Nicky Lopez is feeling good and channeling a lot of positive vibes. He has kind of been on a tear since joining the Rangers. 3-2. Bounces that one down to first. Walker puts up the hands, says, "I'll take care of this myself," and he does. One away, and we slide over here for Cutwater.
Real cocktails, perfectly mixed. Cutwater.
All right, here is Kyle Higashioka. He'll take one downstairs from De Los Santos. Daniel De Los Santos, first man up out of the bullpen today, so Christian Javier could only go the 3 innings. One and one on Higgy. We saw De Los Santos yesterday, first man up out of the bullpen. And he's inside here, 2-1. Must have something in his contract that he pitches 2 out of every 3 games against the Rangers or something. We see him a lot. Industry-wide, it's known as the De Los Santos clause. As we see between innings, well, congratulations for Mackenzie Gore. So he's done. Tyler Alexander been getting ready out there. Well, bouncer third base, and Paredes throws out Higgy, 2 gone.
But yesterday, as the game got away from the Rangers and we were talking about what the plan could be, and I was throwing out different ideas of maybe Alexander starting or Gore possibly giving you an inning to get 4 innings from Gore in this game and only 1 run against. Gives you a great opportunity to win this game.
I mean, it changes everything. Because when you made that suggestion, number one, not surprising. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, you could come back on short rest, maybe give you an inning, kind of an opener scenario. Peterson goes after the first pitch here. That hangs up a moment for Trammell in center field. It's a 1-2-3. I don't know that any of us really contemplated the idea that he would come out and give you a full start, but 4 innings. Excellent job.
7 seasons, 9 with Houston, 5 with Texas, Hall of Famer, 7 no-hitters, and an MLB record 5,714 strikeouts. He might be closer to 6,000 strikeouts than anybody else is to 5,000 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's just crazy. Sometimes when you're in the midst of something, it's really hard to sense for just how miraculous it is. But I do think in Nolan's case, we all kind of did know. Like, you know, watching as a kid, whatnot, you realized, man, this guy's just a different breed.
Yeah, I recently was watching on YouTube a HSE broadcast of Roger Clemens versus Nolan Ryan, their first ever battle, and Roger Clemens was 26 and Nolan Ryan was 42, and the Rangers won the game 3-2. And Nolan threw 8 innings, Roger Clemens threw 8 innings. I think in that game Nolan Ryan threw 133 pitches, 42 years old, and I think he struck out 9 guys in his 8 innings there.
Yeah, it was a different era, man. 1-2 the count here. Lamont Wade Jr. Struck out looking in the 2nd inning. The left-hander Alexander gets him to swing and miss. Here he strikes him out swinging in the 5th.
A nice job, lefty on lefty, 4-seam, creates the good arm angle, and then keeps the ball above the belt inside. When you're a left-hander and you want to go inside to lefties, you want to keep that ball above the belt. Because sometimes that hip will open up, and if it's low, they just kind of drop that bat head, and you can kind of throw it into their happy zone.
Taylor Trammell fouls one off the face mask of Higashioka. Checking with him to make sure everything's okay. Adrian Johnson joking with him as well, our plate umpire. Everybody's all right. Well, Alexander, first man out of the pen today for the Rangers. And he gets Trammell popping that one foul. 0-2 the count. Trammell wasn't in the lineup initially today. Came in after Bryce Matthews injured himself trying to make a spectacular catch in center field. And we did get the report from the Astros PR office that he left with a left knee injury. 2-strike pitch. And that's upstairs. And Trammell rolled out to first base his first time up. That was against Gore. The Rangers stay with left-handers as Alexander fires that one low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler give the Rangers an inning. I don't know, maybe 2, right? I mean, it's not beyond the pale to think that he could give him a couple of innings.
See how efficient he can be in this inning.
Oh, that's pretty good.
strikeouts.
No challenge.
So maybe one Higgy might have wanted to touch that helmet.
So it's a full count to Trammell. And now he takes strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alexander.
Well, great job by Alexander making sure that he's in the zone against Trammell. And Trammell must have been looking off speed there because he took the one at the bottom of the zone and then took that one in the zone. Tell you what they might do is Alexander, let's just say he can get Vasquez out here, is keep him in for Pena and then Alvarez lefty on lefty, and then have a righty ready for the 4 righties after that.
(1-0), and that one clips the top of the zone for a strike. So, Mike, in the American League Central and American League West divisions, there are 2 teams that have winning records against left-handed starters. 2. That one hits a corner. 1-2 the count. And a challenge. Christian Vasquez didn't believe it, so an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And he burns one of Houston's challenges. Oh no, it was a ball.
Wow.
What?
Didn't it
lit up like it was a strike.
Yeah.
And now it says it's a ball. To give you an idea of just how close that was. It confused the computer. It couldn't decide. That's amazing. 2-1. 2-2. So less than 1/10 of an inch. If you stood a dime on its side, I don't think you could squeeze it between the strike zone and where that ball was. To give you an idea of how close that was. (2-2), and that's lifted out to right field. Hangs up for Nimmo. A 1-2-3 inning. All right, I'm going to let you guess on those 2 teams when we come back.
Well, great job by Alexander coming in. A 1-2-3 inning, gets 2 strikeouts and keeps the Rangers up 3-1.
Chevy drives Texas. Now, Wyatt Langford, boy, has he been a hero on this homestand. Many a baseball crush on Langford developed this week. So we head into the All-Star break, and Brian Abreu, first time we have seen him in this series. He takes over in the 5th inning, second reliever for Houston.
He's had a tough year, especially with the base on balls. 25 walks to 30 innings pitched.
Fittingly, he begins his outing with ball 1 to Langford. Langford, Young, and Nimmo. Today on Rangers Game Day, with our host Jared Sandler, we played a little trivia game. There's a bouncer to second. Altuve throws out Langford 1 away, and I thought, you know, dovetailing off our performances in the pregame show,
no.
we got to keep the trivia thing going.
All right.
So good.
Okay.
So anyway, I asked you, in the American League Central and West divisions, there are 2 teams that can boast a winning record against left-handed starters. Who are those 2 teams?
I'm going to guess the Rangers because the numbers have really improved lately against left-handed pitching for the Rangers.
Well, you are correct, and that's why I asked the question, because it's kind of mind-blowing. 13-9 against left-handed starters.
The other one, I'm going to guess the White Sox.
Also a smart play. Not right, but smart play. They're exactly at 500, 15-15.
Minnesota?
No.
It's in the Central because you said, you know, the West and Central.
Yeah,
so
very good, very good.
No way the Royals. They don't have a good record against anyone.
They're 8-21 against left-handed starters. So your instincts are correct.
All right, well then Cleveland?
Cleveland 20-13. They're very good against lefties. But the Rangers 13-9 against left-handed starters. Anyway, the reason I bring it up, I noticed it the other day. And then I thought today, well, how has Houston done against left-handed starters? Rangers start a lefty today in Gore, follow it with a lefty out of the bullpen and Alexander. The Astros are 12-14 against left-handed starters.
So not bad.
Not bad. But it does make sense to go ahead and, I don't know if it's a little bit of an advantage. Go ahead and use that. 3-1. And it makes sense. There's ball 4. Young draws the walk. Second walk today has been all 3 times that he's come up. But when you think of Houston, I feel like a broken record. We talk so much about the one guy who you just have to figure out a way to beat. And that's Jordan Alvarez, big, strong left-handed hitter. So, yeah, I suppose lefties would be the way to go against Houston.
But they're not a lefty-heavy lineup.
No, except that they're so one-man heavy.
Yes.
Brandon Nimmo now. 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out. And he's flied out. And a big breaking ball from Abreu right in there for strike 1. Nimmo could probably use a little pick-me-up going into the All-Star break. Just 5 for 26 so far on this homestand. That's not been the way he wants to go into the break. Has been a really good first half overall for him, though. Hits that hard out to the alley in right center, and that's down for extra bases. Oh, and so is Trammell. Around third base, Young. He'll score. Nimmo has to stop at third. And he had built a head of steam, but Ragsdale stopped him. RBI triple. Rangers up 4-1.
Well, Nimmo crushes this one, and Trammell gets to the warning track, and I bet he's not wearing metal spikes. And he slips and falls. Nimmo gets the easy triple, and with 1 out, Ragsdale holds him up.
Oh.
I think those were plastics.
Yeah, the molded spikes, those sometimes can give you a little trouble on harder surfaces. Hit a hard spot out there. Yep, those are the molded. Infield in, and Berger takes downstairs 1-1. Rangers RBI leader has 58 runs batted in. Chance to get one in here. Be a pretty big run too. It's up. 2 balls and a strike. Now Abreu gets hurt for a run here. You mentioned earlier that it's not been a great 2026 for Abreu. You could say that pretty much about most Astros pitchers this year. That has been their story. 5.70 ERA, and that's headed up with this inning again today. That one is in there. It's a full count.
It's amazing what you can do to a really good reliever if you say, hey, you're going to be the closer for a little bit. And Jacob Latz, you can thrive in it and become the best version of yourself. Or for Abreu, it took him down a path this year that the Astros are trying to get him back to the pitcher that he was as a setup guy for years now.
Big payoff pitch and a swing and a miss. Berger went chasing up above the zone. It's a strikeout, second out of the inning.
He just beats him with the fastball above the zone. Berger, a good fastball hitter, but right there needed to lay off of that one. That's a tough one to make contact on.
Yeah, tough day for Berger now. 0 for 3 with the 3 strikeouts. Here's Duran. Walked twice, and he swings and misses at strike 1. Rangers on this homestand have done a good job cashing in runs with 2 outs in an inning. Zeke would like to do that again here. Oh, he had everybody back and he thought about bunting. He watches the ball, 1-1. Well, almost gave Paredes whiplash down at third base.
Yeah, not a bad idea if you get down a good bunt here where Paredes is playing and Walker. It could have been a base hit.
Paredes in a little more now. The 1-1 pitch, and that's a check swing. Pitch well off the plate, 2-1.
What if here he hits a chopper right into the dirt in front of home and it pops over Paredes' head now? All because of that. All because of squaring the bunt.
So Cole Winn getting ready in the Rangers pen. 2-1, and that's high. Evan Carter waiting on deck. Boy, for Abreu. Rangers making him work. This will be his 20th pitch of the inning. It's a strike, full count. Well, breaking balls so far here to Duran.
He has that fastball up he struck Berger out with, but he did get Zeke to flinch there on that slider, which maybe he goes back to that.
Payoff. And a swing and a miss. And he rushed the fastball by him for the strikeout. Inning is over, but the Rangers add to the lead. Brandon Nimmo looking for a little salvo here before the break. And he got that big triple. Makes it 4-1 Rangers. Personalized, cool Jacob Latz golf bag. Excellent golfer on top of being a fabulous closer. Alexander out for a second inning of work as we begin play in the 6th inning. We'll have Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and Itzhak Paredes. Rangers leading by 3. And that's up 1-1. Pena, a couple of groundouts today. 1 to third, 1 to short. And he'll watch that one upstairs. Well, the Rangers, they are mining for a win today. And if they can get that, they'd go into the break with 49 wins and 47 losses. 2 games over 500. Pena, the lazy fly ball center field, handled by Carter, 1 away. They entered the game today with a division lead of 1.5 games over Seattle. Now Seattle is in Tampa. Seattle's had a really rough time on their road trip. Started in Miami for 3, then Tampa Bay for 3. Dropped the first 5 games of the trip. But they're in the 9th inning and leading Tampa Bay at the moment 8-2.
That's a tough trip right now, going to Florida and playing Miami and Tampa.
And the craziest part of that, because Tampa's been really good this year, the craziest part of that is Miami's probably the bigger test. They have been baseball's hottest team in June and July. 0-2 on Yordan Alvarez here. Alvarez 1 for 2 today. So should Seattle win that game, then the pressure would be on the Rangers to win, to maintain that 1.5 game lead. Alexander deals, and that's high. But I don't know, if you were caught me 2 weeks ago, let's say before that road trip, the Rangers just took that 10-game road trip. And if you would have asked me then, hey, what would you think of the Rangers being up 1.5 games at the All-Star break? 1-2 pitches lined into right. Base hit for Alvarez, his 2nd hit of the game.
That was a great pitch. It was
well,
literally a perfectly executed pitch. Stop doing that, Yordan. Look at this. Lefty on lefty, letter high, inside. I mean, he doesn't hit it great, but to get to that pitch and to fight it off and to have enough power to get it into right field. That's a broken bat or a swing and miss pitch.
It is pretty amazing. And it's, in a weird way, really fun to watch. A St. Arnold lawnmower, a beer for everyone. What's on tap is the All-Star break. And here are the standings as we enter play today. The Rangers a game-and-a-half lead over Seattle, 2 games over Houston. Seattle, like they had control of their ball game. 9th inning, they're up 8-2 in Tampa. The Rangers would like to maintain that game-and-a-half lead there and make it a 3-game lead over Houston going into the All-Star break. Cole Winn is on. And he's upstairs, 2-0. Zach Paredes, 0 for 2 today. And Winn puts that right at the top of the zone. Strike 1. Winn's had a couple of good outings here recently. Going to build on that going into the break. Skip Schumacher has said, and sometimes guys will say things, other times they really believe things. And I feel like Skip, talking to Skip and Jordan Teagues, they really believe that Cole Winn is going to have a huge second half. And basing some of that off how he pitched last year. He's had some tough luck. That's up, and he walks Paredes. That's a part of what has to change, though. Yeah. If he's going to have a big second half, he has got to stop walking.
Get ahead and stay ahead. He has put out pitches, put away pitches, swing and miss pitches, but you have to get into that situation. I was just thinking about when he came to the mound. Rangers drafted Gio Rojas yesterday in the first round, a high school left-handed pitcher. The last high school pitcher the Rangers took in the first round was Cole Winn.
Strike 1 to Walker. Walker 0 for 1 with a walk. Strikeout. And he lifts that very high in the air, center field. And that's carrying pretty well, but Carter not only gets underneath it, but has his momentum taking him toward third and tagging. On Alvarez advances anyway. A good job there by Carter to get in position.
Yeah, I will say this. Carter got a little bit lucky here. This throw is too high. But luckily, just enough that Zeke put his glove up. What Zeke did right there held Paredes from going to second. He was thinking about it, and when he saw Duran's glove go up, he shut it down.
So Alvarez is at third, Paredes at first.
Small things you do.
Yes, he does them. He does them. Here's Alvarez, or rather Altuve. Had a home run his last time up, and he takes that wild swing and a miss.
He was going for a tie game. And he will make up his mind before the pitch is thrown. He's guessing that you're throwing a fastball for a strike, and I guess that was a little bit of maybe a cutter there. You could see his reaction. I didn't get what I thought I was going to get.
Swings at this one and fouls it back our direction. 0-2.
Much better cutter there from Winn. Threw the ball on the side of the plate Higgy was set up on.
Trying to rile these fans up just a little bit. Alvarez at third, Paredes at first, 2 out. Winn trying to finish off this 6th inning, and now time taken by Altuve. 36 years old, out of Venezuela. Fouls that one off. Altuve closing in on 2,500 career hits. He's less than 50 shy of that number. 265 home runs. He is a lifetime .301 hitter in this era. 0-2. He strikes out swinging. Wynn gets his man. Altuve strikes out to the delight of his full house this afternoon.
Great slider, gets the swing and miss from Altuve. 0 on the board for the Rangers. It's about time to take those tarps off.
Great to have you along on this Sunday afternoon. All-Star break starts at the end of this game. And the left-hander, Stephen Okert, goes to work on Evan Carter in the 6th.
Making his 46th appearance of the year.
0-2 the count. I was talking to Brian McTaggart, who has covered the Astros for, I don't know, about 20 years now for MLB.com. And I told him that number. I said, he's gone 45 games this first half. He said, really? Yeah. He said, oh, I thought it was closer to 90. Somebody who covers the team every day feels like they see Okert every single day. Second time he's thrown in this series. Well, that's outside. 2-2. He's a tough one. Okert's having a really good year. And when we saw him in the opener on Friday, I had a sense the Rangers they were not going to get to him. This is a swing and a fly ball down the right side, and that is foul.
Did it look
playable ball?
Did it look like Smith there looked like he kind of slowed down, thinking it was going to be uncatchable?
Yeah, I got the sense he gave up on that ball, and that was to me, that's a playable ball.
I think if he runs hard,
yeah.
Although we've seen obviously Adolis Garcia over there for years be able to make plays like that.
Carter swings and misses. That strikeout starts the bottom of the 6th.
You can see the perfect lefty on lefty slider, and this is a tough one to make contact on. It's a good foot off of the plate.
So Okert gets a strikeout, and Nicky Lopez the batter, and he fouls one away for strike 1. Nicky has a base hit. He drove in the game's first run in the 2nd inning. And when the Rangers score the first run of the game, they are 36-11 this year. So it's always huge when they can get that initial run of the game. And Nicky made sure of that. Later would score in the inning on a Jock Peterson double. One and 2 the count. I was mentioning at the time of that base hit that Lopez has enjoyed just an incredible surge with the Rangers in 38 games since becoming a Ranger, hitting .324. 11 RBIs in those 38 games. And he adds another one today. That one's high, 2-2. In a lot of ways, he has, on top of those numbers, the production has been so good. He's become a critical piece of the machine emotionally. Just the energy and whatnot. Michelle was talking about that earlier. The kind of the vibe guy. The way he's lifted moods, supported teammates, just made it fun to be at the ballpark every day. The great teams, they say that all the time, right? It's just like how excited they were every day just to come to the ballpark, to see the guys play a game, have fun. And he helps create that environment. 2-2. Misses up, and Christian Vasquez really intent on challenging that one. Couple of taps to the helmet. So an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and that wasn't close. So that burns a Houston challenge.
Was less than an inch, but yeah.
Not even. It's like he's never played the game before in his life. 3-2, and that's fouled away.
Yeah, you talk about creating the environment, Nicky Lopez, and you just think about Ezekiel Duran and Alejandro Osuna. And now Jake Berger's been on the team the whole time as an everyday player, but I think he's a really big positive influence. Brandon Nimmo.
Yep, big time. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Lopez pops it up, back of the mound, and Pena will make the play. So with 2 out, we have a moment here for Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Two outs, nobody on for Kyle Higashioka. And he takes strike 1. Higgy 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Here it comes. And that one is lined out to the alley, left center field. Trammell closes the gap, makes the catch, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, 6th inning. It's a statewide rivalry.
Has had to rely on so far this season. He was asked about having these guys pitch in such big moments, and he said, as far as these younger guys, this is why they're here. This is why they're on our roster. You don't know what you're going to get, so the only way to see what they're made of is by throwing them out there. There's a trust factor. The only way they earn trust is the more times you put them out there and the more times that they put zeros on the board. Hoping Robbie can do that in this 7th inning. But again, I mean, you guys talked about it yesterday. You think about guys like Peyton Gray, obviously Robbie, Ben Peoples making his debut. These are really young guys in terms of big league experience, and they're being put in really big roles this first half so far.
Yeah, the Rangers, with somewhat of a limited budget for bullpen help in the offseason, have done a nice job of finding guys like Gray and Alstrom to really help out. The other thing, too, from Skip's standpoint, it's tough to hide guys in a bullpen. They say, hey, we're only going to pitch them if we're losing and in non-pressure situations. Well, good luck figuring that out through 162.
Robbie to the plate and sneaks that one in for a strike. 1-1. Facing Cam Smith here. So Rangers, they got the start from the left-hander Mackenzie Gore. Alstrom now the second left-handed reliever that Schumacher has used. And he gets ahead 1-2 on Smith. Sometimes too, I would say this, Mike, and I don't know, I'm sure you have thoughts on this. I just wonder sometimes if young guys out of the bullpen, if there's anything to them just not really understanding the pressure. Right, not really having been through it.
I think there can be that.
You know, just sort of just kind of have fun, especially if they have a bunch of guys like themselves in the pen. If you're the one young guy, an experienced pen, playing meaningful big games all the time, maybe you do feel a little more pressure. But if there are a bunch of you out there and you feel like, hey, we're just gung-ho, go get them, boys.
It does make sense what you're saying. And the other thing, too, is sometimes as young pitchers, if you can throw strikes and you have good enough stuff to make it to the big leagues, that the hitters don't really know what maybe you're going to do. That's why it's tough for a reliever at times to have long careers, because the more you pitch in the big leagues, the more idea they have what you're going to do in situations. And right now, the Rangers' young pitchers are thriving on, they have the stuff, they're throwing enough strikes, and hitters look off balance, not sure exactly what they're going to do next, or I haven't seen this guy yet and what it looks like in the batter's box.
That said, Cam Smith has an idea here. This will be the 7th pitch that he has seen in this at bat. And he'll get an 8th. So Alstrom having to put in a little extra work on Smith, who's 0 for 2 today. He's flied out to right and grounded out to third base. Rangers ahead 4-1 today. Looking for a win to win this series. full count. Big news today was that Gore gave the Rangers 4 innings in a start on 3 days rest. Here's a ground ball right side. Lopez way out there to grab it. Spins, throws, and he gets Cam Smith. Great play by Nicky Lopez. Alstrom gets his first man of the inning.
Watch the patience by Nicky Lopez. What I mean by this is what a great play he makes, but he doesn't rush himself into a bad throw. Spins and knows he has enough time to find his target with his eyes and make a good throw. This is a very difficult play, but in a way, he was quick, also made sure to take his time to make an accurate throw.
Yeah, that was really nice. It's Lamont Wade Jr. now. And he takes up an in. A couple of strikeouts today for Wade. Struck out looking in the second, swinging in the fifth. That's upstairs. Well, once we get to the break, you start to look ahead at the schedules. And for the Rangers, they will start the second half on the road. They have a 3-game series in Atlanta to begin play after the All-Star break. There's a strike. 2-1. But after that, it's back home again, a week at home. So the schedule is largely home friendly for the Rangers in the second half. Take a look at our Whataburger upcoming schedule. So there's that series in Atlanta, 2-day games in there. But then it's back home, White Sox and Seattle. One thing you notice with all those teams on there, pretty good clubs. So you play a lot of teams with winning records out of the break. This one is out to the alley in right field. Base hit for Wade, but all he gets is a single.
Advice for the Rangers when we saw that schedule is maybe on Wednesday and Thursday, right before the All-Star break is over, you're still in it. Drink as much water as you can for that Atlanta trip.
It's going to be hot down there in Atlanta. Always is, but I mean, it's hot everywhere right now.
Atlanta date amid that 3 o'clock game on Saturday.
Yep, that one's going to be pretty smoking. But yeah, you got what, Atlanta, Chicago, maybe the surprise team. I'd say the American League surprise team of the year.
Yeah.
Marlins maybe the team in the National League. Then you got Seattle.
Not playing good, but a team you're definitely worried about and need to beat.
4-game series too, so that's going to be a big one. Then it's off to the road to Tampa. In and out of first place with the Yankees out east, and then to Houston. The final time the Rangers will see Houston this year.
And then trade deadline.
Yeah, that's right. August 3rd. First pitch here to DeCenzo. Zach DeCenzo pinch hitting for Trammell. So he's the 3rd hitter in this spot on the lineup today. Seventh inning, and Alstrom runs that one right past him. 0-2 the count. Bottom of the first inning, Bryce Matthews, their center fielder, hurt his left knee trying to make a catch at the wall. Had to come out. Taylor Trammell replaced him. Trammell has had a couple of incidents in the outfield. One, he slid into the wall in right center. The other one, he slid and fell down hard on the warning track. He's now out of the game, and DeCenzo batting for him here.
He also couldn't find a right-handed pitcher for Trammell to hit against.
Yeah, that's also true. 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled back. The pitching plan today for the Rangers really has worked out quite well. Alexander gave the Rangers an inning and a third. Cole Winn got 2 outs. Now Alstrom. 1-2. bounces up there. Good block by Higgy.
Part of the key in this inning and hopefully next inning is Alvarez is not the tying or go-ahead run at any point in this game.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Got to make sure that's the case. Little tapper toward third, heading foul. Will he get foul? No.
You gotta be kidding me.
That was kind of awesome. Unfortunate, but awesome. Want to doff the cap to Dennis Klein and the grounds crew here for making this field so true. That's amazing that it could be that level.
Okay. Okay, look at this. Look at this spot. Look at this spot. Go.
Yeah, you would think right.
It still stayed on the line. It still stayed on the line. You gotta be.
Never got fully outside of it.
Putts never go that straight.
That is really remarkable. So Alstrom knocked out on that worm burning hit right there. 2 men aboard as the Rangers have to dig deeper into the pen. Well, here we go. Peyton Gray comes on with 2 men aboard. 7th inning. Rangers up by a score of 4-1, and the Astros counter with Yainer Diaz as a pinch hitter for Vasquez. Big at bat right here.
Love to get a hard ground ball right to one of your infielders.
It's outside. 2-0 on Diaz. Diaz is a .244 hitter, and he does have a little power. In fact, that's kind of an alarming note there that 3 of his 6 home runs this year have occurred in the last 5 games. Outside and low. 3-0, and looming not too far off in the distance would be Yordan Alvarez. The next man up is the leadoff man, Jeremy Pena. Alvarez after him. Gray's 3-0, and Diaz taking all the way. Peyton's last outing against the Angels, a little bit of a bumpy ride on Thursday. 3-1, and a swing and a miss.
That was a challenge fastball right there.
Now 93 miles per hour. Now Gray's moneymaker is the changeup. See if he comes back with that here. 3-2. And he missed with the fastball. Oh boy. Bases loaded now.
Well, I'm nervous.
You'd have to be a little bit nervous. Big grand slam yesterday for the Astros. Part of that win. It was their 4th of the year as Pena fouls this one back, strike 1. It was Lamont Wade Jr. who hit it yesterday. It was the first grand slam hit by an Astro other than the man waiting on deck, Yordan Alvarez. He had the other 3. Gray is low with the changeup, 1-1.
You're gonna think I'm crazy, Dave, but if you can get Pena out here, I would intentionally walk Alvarez and walk in a run.
Bases loaded, you'd walk in.
I'd walk him. I'd say it's 4-2, and I'm facing Paredes. Marty, see how nervous I am, Dave?
Game speeds up on you sometimes, doesn't it, partner?
Yep.
1-1 the count. There they are, the runners. And Gray's 1-1 pitch. That one is in the air, left field. Langford back near the wall, might have room. He does, and he makes the catch. It's deep enough to get a run in. Wade tags and scores to make it 4-2. Second out of the inning. Now I think it makes your idea now kind of easy.
Yes. I tell you what, this was scary. Off the bat, 104. The angle that Langford was taking looked like it might be another grand slam. Luckily, about 7 or 8 feet short. Yes, Yordan Alvarez should not hit in this situation.
Nope. So he goes to first. And what that does is it moves DeCenzo to third and Yainer Diaz with the tying run into scoring position. Now, a lot of ways, a lot of times, that's the type of thing you would never consider doing, is intentionally walking the tying run into scoring position. But that's a slightly different situation here. When you've got a guy like Yordan Alvarez up there, you're happy to give him first base. Now, that said, Isaac Paredes can still hurt you, and he's hurt a lot of teams over the years. You need one more out to get out of the inning. Pretty good numbers for Paredes with the bases loaded in his career. And he'll take a changeup just outside ball one. Paredes 0 for 2 today with a walk. Had 2 hits yesterday. Gray delivers. That's outside as well.
You hate falling behind 2-0. You got to work hard here. You don't want to totally give in. There's not a base open, but you don't want to just throw one right down the middle.
A simple base hit here likely ties the game. 2-0. And that's right at the bottom of the zone. Beautiful pitch.
Great slider in that situation.
There they are. DeCenzo, Diaz, Alvarez, third to first. Very close, and a challenge here. Rangers trying to take advantage of the ABS system. Higgy says that was close enough under the conditions. We'll try it, and he gets the strike. Oh my goodness. Take a bow. Kyle Higashioka, that's a big one.
Great challenge. Whew.
2-2 the count. That'll engage the folks here. Gray sets, fires. That's up high. Well, typical for Paredes. A lengthy at bat. He leads Major League Baseball in pitches seen per plate appearance. About 4.5. 3-2 pitch and a swing, and there's a flare. Center field coming on for it. Carter. It drops in, base hit. We're tied. 2-run score on the Paredes floater into center field. It's 4-4.
Well, he jams them, but just not enough. Boy, this not exactly the same, a less of a lead, but this feels like the final game against the Angels.
A little bit. Now swinging a high pop up on the infield, and that'll be handled by Duran. Inning over, but Houston comes back with a 3-run 7th inning to tie this game. It's stretch time in Arlington as we get ready for God Bless America. Let's turn it over to Chuck. King takes over on the mound, and Justin Foscue announced as the designated hitter. And Brian King. Rangers got to him the other night in the opening game of this series. And that one is ripped into left field, a base hit. So Foscue gets right after King. Single to open the inning. more changes as well as Lamont Wade Jr. moves across the diamond into right field. DeCenzo stays in the game and left. Cam Smith moves from right into center field. We mentioned Diaz catching. King's first pitch here, and that's ripped foul. So the Rangers on the attack against Brian King. Wyatt holds on. That one just a little bit high. 1-1. Langford today 0 for 3. But that's just like Wyatt. Just trying to wait to the late innings to do his work. He swings and drives that to center field. Smith started in, now goes back and makes the catch. 1 away. Foscue stays put at first. Another pinch hit for Foscue. I don't know he's in the MVP conversation, but man, has he been a pleasant add for the Rangers this year, what he has been able to do.
He's been special, especially against lefties.
Josh Young, he's been on all 3 times today. And he takes a high strike, 1-1. Well, the go-ahead run is on base. Young with a triple and the 2 walks today. They play him very deep, especially in left field. That one is in there for a strike. 1-2. And a challenge by Young. He thought otherwise. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Not a good challenge. Rangers are down to 1. Astros are down to 1. It's a getaway day for Houston. It looks like DeCenzo's on his way out in left field. Time called here. Like, whoa. When was the last time you saw a center fielder leaning against the outfield wall?
The good news for Smith, when he yells at DeCenzo, all he has to do is say "in" when the ball's in the air.
There's only one way to go, partner. 1-2. Did Young hold up? He did not. Strikeout is the second out of the inning.
Well, tough at bat for Young, and yeah, that's an easy one.
So it'll be in the hands of Brandon Nimmo now. 3 runs in the top of the 7th for Houston to get them back in this game. Rangers trying to answer, and Nimmo lines that one foul.
They're definitely in the outfield shaded that way. They're playing deep. They want no doubles, so it'd be tough for Foscue to score. But if Nimmo could hit a ball, if he could hook one down that right field line, there's a lot of room over there, and it would be a long run to go get it.
Foscue leads again. The pitch is up and out. 1-1. Well, so much of the game has gone the Rangers' way, but they find themselves in a fight now. That's fouled away. 1-2. Berger waiting on deck. Berger hit the home run off King the other night. It was a 3-run homer. If Nimmo were to get on, it'd be a spot for the exact same trick. 1-2 pitch. And that's out towards center field. That'll drop in easily, base hit. Whoa! Cam Smith just got to it. Heading to third, Foscue. A base hit for Nimmo, and the Rangers have him on the corner. That one just about got past Smith.
This was a bad angle here on the base hit, and boy, for Astro fans, luckily Smith reaches out and gets a glove on this. If not, the Rangers take the lead. I'd say he made a nice play, and I guess he did, but he made a bad, took a bad route, bad angle on that.
So 2 men on for Jake Burger. This was Friday. We had the Burger King moment, and Burger was the better of them. A towering 3-run homer, and he was on a roll. And the first pitch from King this time. This is away.
Burger has been clutch all year in these situations.
Outside again, 2-0. By the way, Cam Smith making that play there just a minute ago. This is the first inning in his big league career that he has played in center field.
You can tell he didn't look good on that Langford fly out either.
Fouled off, 2-1. I thought when they made the moves this inning, and they're a little strapped today with some injuries, I thought they might have some guys playing a little out of position here. They're really getting creative. Almost cost him. Inside, 3-1 to Burger.
Boy, Diaz caught that ball weird. That one almost got away from him.
Well, he's just in the game too defensively. 3-1. Yeah, that's foul back our direction. Perfect, a full count. Why not? 2 outs, 7th inning. Nimmo will be on the move from first base. Outfield plays Burger the other way. There's a massive gap between left and center. 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Bases are loaded.
Are we having fun yet?
Josh Miller, Astros pitching coach, heading out there. Well, this is how you'd script these games. Tight, exciting. This is the last visit, by the way, I believe, for Houston. I think they are out of mound visits. Well, Duran demand coming up, and Duran was the man last night. What a night he had. First time in his career, 2 home runs, 1 game. We've seen a grand slam in this series. It was by Houston. Duran a chance on the Rangers side of things, and he fouls that one away. (4-4) 7th inning. King's 20th pitch of the inning is fouled back. 0-2. Only took him 8 pitches to get the first 2 outs of the inning. Gave up that single to Foscue on the first pitch. Langford flew out. Young struck out, but since then, Nimmo with a base hit. Burger with a walk. They're loaded up. Ground ball up the middle. Altuve has it, steps to the bag. And the inning is over. Rangers leave them loaded in the 7th inning. Well, go ahead and buckle up. We've got 2 innings left this afternoon in this Silver Boot Series, tied at 4. Rises pass.
Oh.
Thought you were going to say the mighty miss. Usually your play.
That looks more Bayish.
It did. It did. Here's Ben Peoples. Peoples taking over in the 8th inning. And we'll start with Jose Altuve, then Cam Smith and Lamont Wade Jr. And the first pitch, that one right in there for a strike on Altuve. foul back. 0-2. Well, one of these teams will flinch. Rangers, we talked about the young pitchers in that bullpen. Can they find what it takes today to finish this one off? Altuve pops it up. Foul territory, first base side. Berger gets over to it. One away. Veteran second baseman retired, and now Cam Smith. Interesting numbers there when tied through 7 innings. Astros have done a pretty good job. Back into their bullpen can be good. Josh Hader, a very reliable arm. Rangers have something similar though in Jacob Latz. There's a swing and a miss. Strike one on Smith, and he'll use his timeout here.
His glove fell off or broke.
I think Adrian Johnson has a lot of sympathy for the equipment situation. Oh, a little.
Luckily that wasn't his real pinky.
Gosh, that would have been something. That's quite a little setup. Okay. He says, no more Garcia Parra, eat your heart out. You got nothing on me with your batting glove routine. And strike pitch. Oh, that ball's hit well. Deep out to left. Langford near the wall. That's gone. #12th home run of the year for Cam Smith. And it breaks the tie. Houston up 5-4.
Well, not a horrible pitch. It's on the outside corner, just a little too up. Needed to be down about 6 inches to a foot. Give Smith a lot of credit. He goes out there and takes the pitch on the outside corner and hooks it for a home run.
So Peoples back to work now against Lamont Wade Jr. Boy, that's a big swing from Cam Smith and the Houston Astros. Peoples finds the top of the zone there for a strike. Well, not as many Astros fans this weekend as we've seen in recent years. There's a flare to right field, and Nimmo gets to it. But the ones that are here today, relatively quiet most of the day, they started making a little noise after that last home run. Big group together out in left field.
Dave, back-to-back nights. Tarps off movement looks over for now.
Yeah, I mean, we need those tarps off. Where's our group? It's down the right field line. Foul. This tarps off had an impact on this homestand. And they did not show up yesterday. The Rangers fell short. And I don't know if there's enough to build any momentum anywhere in the ballpark today for it. We need them though. 0-2 the count. Seattle, by the way, did finish off their game today. They beat the Rays 8-2 to salvage one win on that road trip. And so for the moment, they're one game back of the Rangers. 0-2 pitch. Very high. At the moment, the Astros 2 games back of the Rangers. There's still a long way to go. We're just getting to the All-Star break this afternoon. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Senzo strikes out. The inning is over, but the Cam Smith home run has put Houston in front. Oh boy, bottom of the 8th inning coming up, bottom of the lineup coming up for the Rangers. Will make use of his bench. Cam Cauley will bat for Evan Carter. Start this inning off. Cauley, a right-handed batter. And first pitch from King, that's lifted into short right field. Altuve going out there, pardon me. I guess going out there and makes a catch. One away. Rangers are down to just 5 outs remaining today. There's Elias Diaz. So Lopez done for the day. And time called. Rangers got 3 runs in the 2nd inning, added a run in the 5th. And King, this is inside and low with a sweeper. There were some missed opportunities today, no question about that. And the bases loaded last inning, but did not score. 1-1 the count on Diaz.
Hopefully Diaz, I was hoping right there he would take his glove off, show that his pinky thing came off, and then hit a home run.
Yeah. And listen, there might be something there. Maybe we don't have a lot of guys with pinky things. 1-1. Are those pinky things legal? 1 and 2. Pinky power
Will be the pinch runner if Diaz can get on base.
Well, Elias waits right side. The 1-2. That is a tad high. Mentioned last inning, King was the guy the Rangers got to on Friday. They had the bases loaded on him last inning. So it's certainly not beyond imaginable. Bouncer deep in the hole, short. Pena's throw in time. 2 gone. And a slide over here for Kia. All right, here's Higgy. King trying to make it 2 innings in relief here. And on a day where they could only get 3 innings out of their starter, Christian Javier, that's pretty big news. Higgy takes on the outside corner. Well, Rangers 1 swing away at any moment from tying this game. And there's a swing, and that one is hit down the left field line. That's got a shot. It's gone. He's done it. Give Higgy 1 pitch. I dare you. He ties the game at 5 apiece.
It's 2 outs, and the Rangers are scoring. 4-seam fastball right down the middle, belt high. Higgy 107 line drive, and just enough to get it over the wall. We're all tied up.
Go ahead and put it in the Higgy bank.
Sorry about it.
I'm not sorry. 5-5. And now a swing and a pop-up out near second base. Altuve takes care of it. The inning is over. Okay. Who's having fun?
Higashioka catches one, pulls it, and we're tied up at 5 going to the 9th.
Boy, Higgy with that huge home run. ties this game now, 9th inning, and he's out of the game. Elias Diaz takes over for him behind the plate. Osuna, the new center fielder. And the second base, Cam Colley in the game. So the Rangers making a couple of changes. Jacob Latz, Rangers all-star closer, on in a tie game in the 9th.
1.65 ERA in the 34 games. 41 pitches last outing.
That is a pretty important note. 1-0. And he gets Yainer Diaz to chase after that one, 1-1. Now that outing you're talking about was Thursday against the Angels. Diaz lines out to center field. Osuna takes it on a hop. And so it's a base hit. Now it's an inch away from being a complete disaster.
Or a catch.
Or a catch. Ay, ay, ay. Oh.
It would have been Diaz running, so I don't think it would have been an inside the Parker. But
true.
It would have been a triple.
It definitely spiked my cortisol levels, though, as we turn the lineup over for Pena. Packers won me against that as Pena swings and misses at strike one. He is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. So Diaz, the runner at first, he's not much of a threat on the bases. And perhaps that will factor in this inning. We'll see. 1-strike pitch, and there's a bouncer, shortstop, a chance for 2. Colley's turn in time, double play.
That was big, and give Zeke and Colley a lot of credit here. This is not tailor-made. Colley with a bullet to first base as Pena hustling down the line. Zeke gives a good feed, and Colley throws it as hard as he can to get Pena by half a step. That's how you throw the ball on a turn.
Yes, indeed.
You don't lob it, you throw it hard.
You might guess who's up. Yordan Alvarez.
Be careful.
Latz up with that one. Tie game, 9th inning, 2 outs. Rangers all-star closer Jacob Latz against a legitimate Triple Crown threat this year in the American League, Yordan Alvarez. And that is up again. 2-0.
There we go. Good decision.
Yep. So Alvarez will be escorted to first base. Latz, of course, wants the opportunity to go after him. I get that. Might have heard a couple of fans reacting. Likely fans with their allegiance to the other team. I would just have assumed see Alvarez bat there, but he's at first. He'd sack Paredes, the batter. Now Paredes delivered the big hit in the 7th inning. Take strike one.
The other thing about walking Alvarez too is he's very slow on the bases. So you're not a threat to steal, and then you definitely have to have an extra base hit for him to have any chance of scoring. Maybe a triple.
Yeah, legitimately. Partly because the Astros don't love pushing him either. They wouldn't want to send him to the plate into a potential play. They're pretty conservative with how they handle him on the bases. 1-strike pitch, and that one's popped up. Might be playable. Diaz letting everybody know he's got it, and he does, and the inning is over, and the Rangers have a shot in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, Ezekiel Duran gives the feed to Cam Colley. Colley throws a bullet to Berger, and Jacob Latz puts up a 0. Let's walk this puppy off.
We go. go. Listen. All it takes is one. No, not on, kid.
Doing the opposite.
No, you're going the wrong way. Oh, man. All right. Don't be a hater, Mike. Josh Hader on here in the 9th inning tie game. 5-5 our score.
He has given up a run this year.
So there's room for more. First pitch swinging. That one lined out into left field. Base hit. Langford turns around first. That one's dropped. Langford heads to second. Rangers have the winning run in scoring position.
I wonder if the threat of Langford's speed caused DeCenzo to pull his head up early. Definitely playing no doubles near the warning track. No, he just missed it. Head stays down. He's missed the ball.
Well, you've got great athleticism at second. Young takes strike one. Oh, what a wild game here to wrap up the first half. Nash turns it foul. 0-2.
A tough guy to hit against with 2 strikes. Young's been good with 2 strikes. If he can just hit something to the right side of the field and move Langford over to third.
In the dirt. Ball, 2 strikes. Home plate coverage. Presented by Firestone Complete Auto Care. A look from Dirt Cam. Young trying to be the hero. And he fights that one off, foul. What a test. Young, been the most consistent hitter for the Rangers in his first half. Hader missed the first 61 games of the season with bicep tendonitis. But he's a good one. The 1-2. That one's lined into left, base hit. Langford to third. They'll wave him to the plate. No, they stop him. And DeCenzo with a strike to the plate, but Young goes to second.
I don't think Ragsdale stopped him. Langford stopped himself. He was going to score easy. We'll see here, but I think Ragsdale was sending him home the whole way.
I saw him waving, but then he stopped.
Let's see, he's waving him home. He just didn't go.
Well, he's been on the IL twice. Hamstring strain most recently. So he knows his limitations, and that has to be what happened.
Yes, sir.
Ragsdale was definitely sending him.
He's been running hard this whole series.
But he's got to know too to be careful. Now swinging a foul ball by Nimmo. Infield is in. Back-to-back singles off Hader.
The good thing is if there's a fly ball, they're obviously playing very in the outfield. Langford does have good speed. I think.
Here's the 1-strike pitch. I'm pretty sure. Win healthy, win at full strength. Now, listen, going second to home. He's trying to open it up around third. It's possible he just felt a little something and caught the better of it. Just has to get him 90 feet more. Bouncer up the middle. That'll do it. Here comes Langford. He'll score. Rangers win it. The Nimmo bouncer up the middle gets Langford to the plate, and the Rangers take the finale 6-5 over Houston.
Well, what a great job by these Rangers to win this series. Houston has a big comeback. And Brandon Nimmo finishes it off. The ground ball up the middle, infield in. Hader just nicks it. But the base hit Gets Langford in. And the Rangers win. Rangers win the series, just like they won the last series against the Angels.
Man, I can't think of a better way to go into the All-Star break than sitting in first place in the division with a walk-off win over your in-state rival to put them now 3 games behind you in the standings. Rangers have a game-and-a-half lead going to the All-Star break after that walk-off winner from Brandon Nemo. Well, they've shown some pluck on this homestand as well. 49-47 at the break. 1.5 clear of the rest of the division. And what a finish to a wild first half. All right, that was fun. Let's take a break. We'll come back. And Nemo's Nook. Nothing better, baby. We'll wrap this up for you here in a moment.